the Oscar goes to...
Or is this your way?
Neil Jordan for The Crying Game.
Many dreams have been brought to your doorstep.
And about the female characters, would it be right to say that both female characters act like one person?
Oh, perhaps, yeah. They are both Medea, aren't they? I suppose. Yeah, they are really. Yeah, I just love the idea. That's something I introduced to the script. You know, the idea of a mother being jealous of her daughter's possibilities. You know what I mean? And yeah, I love it's
like a deconstruction of femme fatale.
Well, there were two femme fatale, aren't there? Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, we don't know which is which one is which, but that's something I introduced to this project. Liam was attached to this script, as they say. You understand what attached means? Yeah. So when they brought me the script, it was written by William Monaghan, and Liam had already committed to play the part. You know, so I thought, okay, I'd love to explore this and see can I add complexity to it and make it my own, you know. And when I began to think of the Raymond Chandler world, the world of Raymond Chandler, I thought, okay, there's always a detective, obviously. There's always a blonde who comes into the office, you know, saying, help me, or help me find so-and-so, or help me sort this out, or whatever. You know, there's all these elements. There's always a police force that is, you know, kind of... trying to make sense of this chaotic city, you know. The Marlowe character always encounters a criminal come businessman, you know, who generally runs a brothel or some corrupt enterprise, you know. He's always given a drink with a drug in it that puts him out, you know what I mean. He always ends up tied up or in some underworld thing. And so I thought, okay, let's try and turn these things on their head, you know. So the blonde Claire Cavendish hires him to find her lover, not because she's in love with the guy, because she wants to shoot him, she wants to kill him, you know. He goes into... He's offered a drink with the Mickey Finn. Of course he's not that stupid, he knows it'll be drugs, so he pretends to drink it rather than, you know, take it. And, you know, I thought we'd change, you know, add elements to the Chandler-esque works that were, to me, interesting and perhaps more contemporary, you know, in a way. We have the character Marlowe, who actually is kind of resigns himself to moral confusion, to a morally corrupt world, you know. If he's a knight in shining armour, the armour is very rusty and tarnished, and he has to resign. He has to resign himself to that fact in the end. You know? That's what I thought. Yeah. That's why I wanted to do. That's why I agreed to do it. Let's put it that way.
And what's the biggest challenge of making a noir film like this? Like, how do you manage to tell so much information?
The biggest challenge is the word noir.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
because these movies are in color. They're not in black and white. You know what I mean?
But like, did you consider at any point making it in black and white?
No, I didn't. I wanted it to be drenched with color. I wanted it to be, you know, I wanted the color even to be seductive and kind of almost aggressive, you know.
Yeah. And but like, how do you manage to deliver like so much information to the audience in so little time like this?
Did I?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know. It's not that. It's. Well, I mean, I've never done a. I mean, I've done most of the movies I've made, people would describe them as noirish, I suppose. The first movie I made was Angel, you know, it was almost. I made a movie called Mona Lisa. You know, I made The Crying Game. People talk about noirish things. Then I made several vampire movies, but it's. Sorry, what was the question you asked me?
Like, how do you manage to deliver so much information in so little time? And what's like one of the biggest challenges of making a movie like this?
Well, the biggest challenge to me making a movie like this was that the city it's set in no longer exists. Los Angeles in 1938, you know, doesn't exist anymore. There was no point in even trying to shoot it in Los Angeles because, you know, Los Angeles just destroys its history every day, you know. And the biggest challenge for me was finding was convincing people that I could shoot it in Barcelona and that I could make Barcelona into a city that was like, you know, Bay City of that Philip Marlowe describes, you know. But it was a thrilling challenge because I really loved it, you know. I mean, I got a city that's drenched in sunlight, you know. It's like, it's got the Spanish Mediterranean architecture. I could even build a studio. You know, we found an old paper factory up in Blanes that we turned into a film studio. You know? So it was cool. It was lovely. But that was a big challenge. Yeah.
Soy detective privado. Me llamo Philip Marlowe.
Quiero que busque a mi amante. Desapareció sin despedirse.
Me han dicho que busca a alguien. Todos buscamos a alguien.
No sé lo que encontrará.
Bajaré hasta el infierno y no me da miedo arrastrarlo conmigo.
La clave de Hollywood es saber cuándo tu juego ha acabado.
Si entramos los dos, nos saldremos vivos.
Todos tenemos secretos.
¿Y los suyos?
Tendrá que guardarlos.